Good morning, everyone. It's December the 17th, 2023. As you can tell, I'm still having some fun with my voice, but it's coming back slowly. And I want to do a little bit of an update because there was a number of things happening while I was down sick and had no voice completely. And one of them was 2 weeks ago, we had a shooting here in Ottawa, and it was in one of the social housing projects, which I'm a little bit surprised because it's one of the calmer ones. And we're always talking about, both in the States and Canada, about the drive-by shootings and how many people are killed. And of course, this is one of the ways they settle their drug scores and stuff. And this particular case, it was a drive-by shooting again. One man was killed, and I think the other person was taken to the hospital. But again, what happens is just how far do these bullets actually travel? Because in this particular case, it went through the house, the bullets. One bullet went right by the baby's crib, into the dresser. The other bullet went right into the dog's neck and out through the dog's neck. The dog survived. It was fighting for its life. I'm not sure if it actually survived or not, but people were donating money on, definitely on GoFundMe page there to help the dog out. And there was another child in the house as well, and she was too scared to go back into her home, and they don't know what they're going to do about that right now. And I haven't heard anything in the last couple of weeks since the incident. But I wanted to bring this to people's attention, that we have all these things that are happening in our society today, and children are being absolutely terrified. Innocent children are even being killed in these drive-by shootings. So we have to really start thinking about ways in which we can not only protect ourselves, but ways of dealing with all this criminal activity that we're experiencing today in our society. But I wanted to go back on my own experiences, and as my title says, how far does a bullet travel? Well, as I mentioned before, my first husband was a police officer, and I've talked a bit about this gambler that he got involved with. And of course, when I first met him, I thought it was just a poker table at the kitchen table. I didn't know that gambling or anything was an addiction even. So I had no way of knowing what was really going on, being 30 miles outside the city limits after I did marry him, and what was truly going on at the time. But this particular day, he had driven us back into town, and he went to see his buddy, the gambler. Never realized at that time, this was just 6 months before the marriage broke up. And this was, as the start, as I say, it was like a switch. Got it got flicked, is what I'm trying to say here. Sorry, my voice is still a little out of it today. But this is when everything changed in the marriage. He became fearful. The marriage went downhill. And this was because of a shooting that occurred at the gambler's place. This was all over the front page of the newspaper. Someone had come in, decided to rob the gambling table, I presume. And what happened was they fired the gun. The gun went off, skimmed across the poker table, went across the room, just above the top of where you have the couch, and the couch was there, and it just skimmed right across the top of the couch, the high part of the couch. Went through the wall, came out the other side of the wall into the other room in the basement, and straight across the room. And the only thing that actually stopped the bullet was a refrigerator standing there, and there was a huge ding like this in the refrigerator. And I'm just looking at it, and of course he came in a few days later, and he was proudly showing off what the bullet had done. And I'm just looking, and I'm going, oh my stars. The night before the shooting occurred, my husband and I had been sitting on that couch, the very place that the bullet went through the wall, across the couch, and for sure, one of us would have been hit by that bullet, skimming across and through the wall. And then, of course, it came out the other side, and I'm looking at this huge ding in the fridge, and I'm saying, oh my gosh. Now I understand when they mean what kind of damage that bullet can do when it goes into a person. If it can do that to a refrigerator. That was a wake-up call in my young life. But of course I didn't know what was going on. And as I said, this is when the part of my marriage went downhill very, very quickly. But what I wanted to explain to people today was when you see just how far bullets travel, they travel a great deal of distance. And this was outside the house with the children. Of course, they had every right to be frightened as well. And to see it go through, just continually going through the house until the dresser managed to stop it. And the dog, it went out and through the other part of the wall. It went through the dog's neck and I believe into the wall behind the dog as well. So this is a real life story, both of them. It's on my own experiences. And I just wanted to explain to people just how dangerous guns are. And that's why we really have to get them off the street. And when you've got people just running around thinking that they can shoot up everything in sight, then it's no good. We're all in danger. So we have to get these guns off the street as well. So it's always nice when you hear of a police bust and at least more weapons are taken off the streets. But of course now it's not just the weapons. We have the 3D printers now, and they're coming out and they're making replica guns as well. And that was not what they were meant for. It was wonderful that we had the 3D printers in the middle of the pandemic, and they helped us to make masks and stuff when we were sick. Then that was a good thing for the 3D printers. As well as when a surgeon uses a 3D printer of a person that they're going to operate on, and they can look inside and use this 3D printer to actually operate on the 3D printer image of that person before they go actually in to the person and try and make sure that they know of everything that can go wrong. Then it's good. But when they're being used for bad purposes, or even the 3D printers, from what I hear today, are even fabricating houses for us. Maybe that's one of the ways we also need to go for housing for the homeless. But I just wanted to bring up some more things that I want to talk about and update you on that other shooting. I haven't heard anything, like I said, since a few days after the shooting. I hope everyone's well. But everyone, again, I just wanted to update you a little bit. And take care, be safe, make sure you're aware of your surroundings. And we shall talk to you again soon. And bye-bye, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.